What do you make of the women being second in the league?
Pleased for them. It's like a different dynamic, you know. I don't know how many there is, 20 females sort of having dinner in the same lounge and having banter with them, a bit of chat, who scored the goal, what was it like. Yeah, I'm excited for them. They're really nice lasses, you know. They're professional footballers, most of them, not all of them, of course, at this football club. It's a bit of a hybrid, isn't it? But yeah, really pleased for them. Really pleased for Mel. It's no different, is it? Of course, they don't get 40,000 following them, but who's to say that 5 years down the line they do. But I don't know. But pleased for the club that it's doing well, and pleased for all them lasses there. They look so young. I say that with total vulnerability that we have a young team as well, but they do look so young, the girls who are playing, but the results are suggesting that they're coping pretty well.
And your next opponent's Watford, what's the challenge there? They're not in amazing form.
I think they've got very, very talented footballers. I think they look very athletic and very talented, and I'm not sure why the results haven't been there at this moment. I mean, I watch their games, of course, during the week, and they're capable of scoring really good goals. They've got really good individuals, and I know it'll be a tough test for us, a tough ask. I don't anticipate them coming and banking everybody behind the ball, because I think the talent they've got in their team suggests that they're going to come and try and utilise that talent, and hopefully it'll be a really good game, because our intention would be to be positive in attack, and I think that's what they like to do as well.
Your team's certainly scoring a lot of goals at the minute, and you might have expected that would be difficult without Stuart, without Ahmad this year. So how are you managing that, and can you keep it up?
Well, we spread the goals around a fair bit. I mean, obviously Jack has stepped up and found the net. He scored a couple of penalties, but found the net on a pretty regular basis. But Dan Neil scored a couple of goals. Pierre scored a couple of goals. I'm sure I'll have missed some. Job scored a couple of goals. It's good that the team is sharing them around. Dan Ballard has scored a couple of goals. So, yeah, sharing the goals around at the moment, and it's important. If you don't probably have an experienced centre forward that you can stick 20 goals next to before you even kick the season off, it's great credit to them. You know, we obviously need to get Mason and Amir and Ruslan up and running with goals as well, and I'm pretty sure that will happen over the coming weeks and months.
A lot to be pleased about then early in the season. I suppose one of the things you'd like to improve is the home form to be slightly better, or is it seems to be a bit harder at home than it is away. Is there a reason for that, do you think?
Yeah, I think the way that the opposition set up at the Stadium of Light, I think it can be an intimidating environment for teams and I think they have game plans. I think that's the challenge really for every top team, I suppose. You know, it's not an excuse, it's a fact that teams set up and make life really difficult for us and try and quieten the crowd down by taking their time over things, and we have to. Our job is to find a way to overcome that really, and people don't afford us the space that we get away from home at times when teams are attacking themselves and opening themselves up into an attacking shape and then leaving us to counter-attack on them. So that's just the conundrum and the challenge that we work on every day, trying to break down teams at home, and let's hope we can as we move forward.
And just finally, I want to ask you about the Bradley-Lowry situation from Hillsborough and your reaction to that, and I suppose positive coming out of bad in that a lot of money's been raised for that foundation now.
Yeah, so I would have to say, again, with total respect, my son actually told me about it. What do you think of that? I was unaware of it really. I'm not a TV follower. I'm definitely not a social media follower. So I didn't know what he was talking about when he mentioned Bradley. I was thinking, what's Dak done? You know, but it obviously wasn't that. So it seems to me as if it's being dealt with, as if it became quite high profile, and the individuals have been dealt with or will be dealt with. It looks to me, and I think The positive coming out of it, of course, is it raised a bit of profile and helped the foundation for the family, and so there's a positive. But listen, I don't want to sit here and talk about individuals that we shouldn't be giving any airtime to, really, and we have to just get on with the football, I think.
Tony, you talked about the home form and the tactics. How much of a difficult tactical thing is it when teams do not afford you the space and do sit deep and do make it hard?
How difficult is it? What's the tactical side? I think every good team has this issue. Ultimately, I think it comes down to the quality of your individuals to be able to eliminate or to pick a quality pass into a box. You know, so if you're Man City, every team that goes to the Etihad has lots and lots of men behind the ball because they know how brilliant they are, and yet they can break them down and score goals. And they have a 6'4", monster of a boy up front who can score lots and lots of goals. De Bruyne is injured at the moment, but they have a wizard with his right foot and who can drop a ball on a sixpence. They have amazing dribblers like Grealish and Foden who can run and beat people. You've got to have lots of different ways to break teams down, and we trying to develop the attributes of our players to be able to do that. And so obviously Clark at the moment is somebody that we try to get the ball to so he can run past people, eliminate them, get to the byline, and then we have to flood the box and make sure that on the crosses, the cutbacks, we have enough people in there. Patrick Roberts on the other side can do that. He can chink inside people, play passes into the box, and we've been working on lots of different ways to beat this deep block. Obviously didn't get the job done against Cardiff, but hopefully moving forward we can keep finding a way to score goals and try and win games. And yet that won't happen every week, of course. Teams are allowed to play well against you, and some teams will come with the confidence that they could. So Southampton was a classic case of that. They didn't come and bank everybody behind the ball. They came and tried to build from the back and play their normal game and give us lots of problems. And so a totally different type of game at home. Trying to give you other examples, Rotherham, a team that had been going up and down from Championship to League One, they probably didn't have the quality of individuals to stop us, and we ended up being a goal down, winning 2-1, found a way to win that match at home. But there's lots of different levels. Football's always about the quality of the players, really, whether that's defenders with experience and know-how, or midfield players who can play great passes, or strikers who've got a brilliant finish on them. So it's always about the quality of the players, and I know we've got some good players and we keep working to try and improve their quality all the time and see if we can find a way to beat that conundrum of breaking down deep blocks. But it won't be every team. I'd have to say I'm not sure Watford have come in with a deep block. I think Watford have got a lot of players who played in the Premier League and are really highly talented and fast and dynamic, and they might come and fancy their chances of beating us, and so we have to be ready for whatever's put in front of us.
It is still a young group, and over the course of the last year they've learnt a lot and they've learnt how to solve problems. Do you think that this, if indeed it is a problem, the home issue, do you think that's another problem that they'll learn how to solve?
So whatever the problem was last year, they still did well enough to get 69 points and finish in the playoff positions, and our aim is to try and improve on that this year. There's no guarantee we can, of course, because from the outset of this league, the league looked a lot more difficult with Leicester and Leeds and Southampton coming down. It looked really difficult with Ipswich coming up, Sheffield Wednesday coming up. It looked a tougher league, I think, and so we will endeavour every game to try and win a football match, and we'll see at the end the accumulation of points, how many goals we've scored, what's the goal difference, all of this stuff. We'll see what's in front of us, really, but we'll endeavour to try and be better than we were last year.
Thank you.
Thank you.